Check this out, guys. I got a new setup for my tank. They're just sitting on blocks basically, but the way I had it before, it felt. So I did it like that. It's just very simple, but I'm collecting rain. Right now it's raining, and I cleaned it, and yeah, it's raining again, so it's gonna fill up hopefully tonight. You can see the line right there, and that's how much water is going in. It seems like a little trickle, but you know, usually if it rains like this all night, it's gonna fill up. So we'll see. And this is how I use it. Okay, I turned the oh, this was off because I cleaned it, but that's how much water comes out. I'm gonna turn this one on, and now through gravity, no electricity, I'm gonna be getting water at the greenhouse, which I use to water my microgreens and other plants that I plant. I know some of y'all probably want to see the okra progress, but my okra project basically failed because I let the weeds take over. So yeah, the okras failed pretty much. I still have a couple plants, but I don't know if they're gonna make it or produce anything. So I'll do a video eventually. Yeah, the water hose comes through here. I just harvested these microgreens, so I gotta there. The water comes through here and into this bucket. Come on, let me see it. Let me see it. So what I do is while I'm working here at the greenhouse, you know, doing whatever, planting, you know, doing whatever, I'll let this drip here. And well, the fuller the tank is up there up by the house, the more water that comes through here because it's gravity fed. And so right now it's just a little trickle because there's not a lot of pressure up in the tank. But as the tank fills up, it has more pressure and more water comes out of here. But because I didn't have a mesh filter, the hose is kind of clogged with leaves and stuff, so I never get like a really big trickle. It's just, how to say, a big amount of water, you know what I mean, just a little trickle. But you know, I'll probably be here for like half hour doing stuff, and this little trickle is gonna eventually fill up the water bucket here, and then when on my way to the house I just turn it off. A couple times I've forgotten, and then this whole place gets flooded. So there's that. I gotta do a lot of videos on the Egyptian walking onions. I gotta do a lot of videos on the mint that I have, microgreens. I got so many videos that I gotta make, but I don't have time to. I'm trying to schedule that. You know, I'll get a schedule to where I can make videos. So we'll see. Peace out. What's up, guys? So this is the next day after the rain, and it did not rain a lot, so this is what we got. Just a little bit of water, you know, that's probably like 50 gallons in there, you know. But even if it's just 50 gallons of water, I just turned it on, you know, that water is gonna last me at least 3 weeks. The whole thing can last me probably, I don't know, maybe 2 months, because what I use in the greenhouse is very little. And sometimes I'll hook up a pump to it and just hook it to this hose right here, and this hose I drill holes in it, and it'll just water all this mint, cilantro, Egyptian walking onions, chives, Jerusalem artichokes or sunchokes, and then we got mint, potatoes. So sometimes I use it faster if I do that, but it's been raining a lot, so I don't have to use it. I mainly use it in the greenhouse, and you know, I use 1 5-gallon bucket at a time. And so if you can install one of these systems, I mean, it's in the long run it's gonna save you money, you know, because you don't have to pay the city for water. But yeah, here it is. See, small trickle. I just turn it on when I come down to the greenhouse, and eventually it fills up. Very simple setup. Very simple. Sir, peace out. I did forget to say that, hold on, that the AC makes a lot of noise. I did forget to say that it is a very small trickle, because the less water I have up in the tank, the less pressure is gonna be out here, because it's gravity fed. So the more water I have in the tank, the bigger the trickle it's gonna be here. So there's that. You know, I always think to myself, damn it, the AC again. If something is complicated, I don't want to do it. You know, it's that simple, and that's very important when it comes to gardening, because if something is complicated, don't grow it. You know, grow mint. Mint is so freaking easy. So I grow mint. You know, but I can make some money out of it if you're just growing it for yourself. Grow something else. You know, but if it's complicated, don't do it, man. Just, bro, it's probably not worth it. You know, I don't know how I say that. Apply that to anything in life. So anyways, what I was doing right here was this. I was just working with these microgreens that I was pulling off from sprouting. Now I gotta let them sit there for until tomorrow, so they can stand up a little, and then I'll turn on the lights. But yeah, this is how much water I used. I basically used a quarter of these, still filling up, and then I fill this thing right here with my hydrogen peroxide disinfectant thingy. But yeah, that's how much water I use for 8 trays, and then these 2, that's 10 trays. Sometimes I'll have up to 20 trays. Maybe I had even more, and so the more stuff I have in here, the more water I'm gonna use, obviously. But you know, if it rains every now and then, then I'm all set. Definitely, if you live in an area where you don't get a lot of rain, like the desert, just build a big ass cistern, you know, or hook up a bunch of these, you know, because you're gonna need a lot of water. But you know, I'm okay with just one. I really don't need nothing else than that. And I'm sorry about looking all foggy, but my camera, I think, is broken. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. But one day I'll get a nice phone and I'll make nice videos for you. But I'm assuming you're here for the information, and yeah, that's how I use my rainwater harvesting system. Okay. Alright, thanks for everybody who watches me on TikTok, and thank you guys for being here. Peace out. Yay!